You know, people think my life is all about playing with snakes and reptiles and other animals, and you wouldn't be 100% wrong. To be honest with you, I do a lot of playing with animals. I mean, that's what keeps my sanity, and that's what keeps me so happy. But the truth is, there's always a lot of work that goes along with it. And you know, the crew is amazing, and they do a lot of work for me, but there's always something that's going wrong. Like, for instance, there's a nozzle up here that's actually a spray nozzle. I'm gonna just push this down just a little bit right here and move it a little bit. But for some reason, the spray nozzle is malfunctioning a little bit, and it's actually dripping down, and it's actually now filling up the whole bottom of the leechy reptar's cage with water and then leaking out onto the floor too, which is a problem. So what we're gonna have to do is actually get a new nozzle, replace this nozzle. I think I might even have one, so I have to go and find it. But the fact is that we're always doing something maintenance-wise around here. That's just kind of part of running businesses. Don't get me wrong, I have the best job in the world, but we have events here today all day. So I want to make sure I get all these urates and all these things cleaned up. I'm the first one here to open up. I don't have anyone here working until some of these events actually start. So we want to make the place look as good as we possibly can when people come. And like I said, I don't mean to make it sound like, oh, it's so hard to keep up on things. I mean, it is hard. But the fact is, this is the best job in the world. There's no doubt about it. But every single thing we do requires work. Speaking of work, there's actually some work that needs to be done over at the aquarium house. What do you say we hit the road? And one of the big projects that we have to work on in the aquarium house over the summer is redoing this giant outdoor pond with koi. It's 26,000 gallons and it's a big job. So I'm meeting up with my friend Jeff from Pondering Waters, and he's gonna hopefully give me some ideas how we can make this thing look beautiful. Jeff should be here any minute. In the meantime, I'm gonna ladder so I can feed the fish and actually fill up the auto feeder as well. And of course, we have this auto feeder that actually feeds the fish every single day. So that way, if we're not here one day, something like that, they're still getting fed. But I gotta fill it up. Hello, Lori. Do me a favor. Can you tell me how to fill this auto feeder?
I don't know. Did you take it down yet?
Yeah, well, it's down, yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, you don't know?
You want to call Chuck? Because I was just going to try to figure it out. I have no idea.
Okay, I'll call Chuck.
Did you get it? Can you hear the ocean?
Yeah. And of course, we have to always fill up the pondless waterfall. We have an actual float in here that will auto-fill. We just haven't hooked it up yet. You can't use it in the wintertime because it goes to the outside. And it'll freeze and burst, and then that would be a big problem. But during the summertime, we can actually use it. We just have to get someone to come out and hook it up to the actual spigot itself. Something I hope I can do pretty soon. That way I don't have to climb in here every 5 days or so. Of course, while I'm here, I'm always going to feed the fish. There you guys go. I love my koi. They're so freaking cool. Not exactly the most exciting job. I just have to sit in here and wait for this water basin to fill up. It's a 100-gallon basin. It takes about 20 minutes or so. I guess there's no time better than to check the gram. Jeff, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's going on, Brian?
Just hanging out here in the cylinder.
What's this for?
It's just to fill the thing up. I haven't got that. I know you put in the flow.
That's what I was saying. Where's the autofill?
You just haven't. The spigot is, there's like a problem with the spigot.
Okay.
And here I am manually doing it again.
Creature from the Blue Lagoon's not going to come up and get us right now, is
I think he is. I think he is. It's a pretty big disaster. I mean, I don't even know what to do, to be honest with you. Jeff's a great guy. He's helped us out with the pondless waterfall on the inside. He's helped us with Bowser's Pond, did our pond at our house. He's helped us out with a lot of different projects. So teaming up with Jeff from Pondering Waters is going to be really an amazing thing to get this backyard looking exactly what we want it to be like. It's going to be really cool to get the project started.
This, depending on how this is level, maybe we take all this slate out, maybe mortar, get some pieces that are around the same thickness, mortar it on, so that way you get that solid sheet, like kind of dripping waterfall effect.
Cemented together, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any kids that come here in these sharp corners, if somebody trips and lands.
And I know one thing, if I was a kid, I'd be jumping off the top of that, because I'm 30 and I'm down to jump off right now if you guys paid me $100.
I'll film that.
Yeah, dude.
You got to remember, when we bought the aquarium house, it was wintertime, so we really didn't think about the outside that much and what we needed to do. Now that it's warming up, we want to get this place tip-top.
This in the truck.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go get a wrench real quick, and I'll go take a look at that.
Just curious. So obviously there's a lot of work that needs to be done to make this pond actually look really good and have it to become like basically a recreational swimming pool. And basically what I want that to mean is that there'll be koi in here, but if you come, you can actually swim in the water. So we want it to be really, really filtered. So we're gonna have to do like a wetlands filter on the bottom, basically pea gravel in here. And this should be crystal clear. The fish should be doing great. Lots of, kind of things we gotta worry. Like this whole slate pile here probably needs to go. We gotta do some coping and some other things like that. Jeff is gonna help us out with that, which is really cool. And by the way, we were talking about that, we actually have a goldfish pond here. So those are koi over here. These are actually goldfish here. And he said, hey, if we're do this pond too. So again, we're just clean this pond out, get everything looking really good, get some better filtration on this so that this looks really cool, that looks really cool. And then the backyard is gonna be absolutely dope.
Huh. 30. Boy, am I good. Feeling concrete, I'm not feeling muck.
Okay, good.
So that's a good thing.
That's a good sign, yeah.
This is bringing back memories.
Yeah, exactly. Jeff's actually looking at the shutoff valve that I was talking to you about the automatic fill. So we don't have to fill up the waterfall all the time by ourselves. So we automatically fill when the weather was actually up to it, but I actually have to fill a sump pump inside. The sump is just a little bit down for the 750 gallon, probably only an inch or two. So I'll just have to fill it up just a little bit. Basically that just means that the pumps aren't gonna work as hard drawing air in and stuff like that. We'll fill this up and then move on to the next. Well, I'm here, I'm gonna check out, make sure everything works, starting with the projector. Theater screen works. So Jeff was able to unseize that and it's working now, but we now got to find the pipe to turn the water supply actually on.
I don't know. I don't even see a pipe going there.
No idea. I can always ask you.
Yeah, but I did get it. So what we're going to do is get a fitting that adapts to that corner edge.
While I'm here, it's not all about work. Gotta make sure all the fun here works too. Looks like the pool table's doing well. I always check the hot tub, looking good. Ooh, nice and warm. Gonna have to go in there later. Ah, sauna, I love them. In the 80s, I was a Gallagher champion. And I have to cut the lawn. Yeah, I mean, I could pay someone a few bucks to cut it and stuff like that, but it's a pretty small lawn just up front. It takes like 15 minutes, so I don't know, maybe I'm cheap. That's it for the grass and all the maintenance here at the aquarium house. Let's head back to the shop. And all the work that we do at the Reptarium, the aquarium house, BHB and everything is nothing compared to the work that actually needs to be done at the aquarium here. You guys know that we're bringing this wall down. Well, this week here in the next couple days, we actually are bringing the big guns. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love to be here with the hammer and nails and be doing everything myself, but this is a job that you mess this up, the entire ceiling falls down. And that's why we stopped here, is because we actually have a steel guy coming in and he's gonna actually reinforce all the steel. And this whole wall here, all the way down, actually comes out. There's going to be pillars in here that are going to be supporting the steel, but other than that, that comes down. So that's super exciting that we're going to see this progress this week. Right after that, this whole part here gets actually cemented so that it's even with this right here, right? You got to remember, this is actually right here where we're standing right here. It's the filtration for the shark tank right here, and then probably 10 feet on the side of this wall that comes down is actually the shark tank itself. So again, things start to heat up, guys, and I'm not kidding you when I tell you things are going to start happening quick. Like I said, in the next week or two, we're going to start start seeing framing going up. It'll look really cool from the outside, but tell you, the inside, we're about 6 weeks away from starting to build actual exhibits like the Stingray tank, Predator tank, a bunch of other things. Literally only 6 weeks away from work getting done on the inside of the building. It's gonna be absolutely ridiculous. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, there's a playlist that you can watch all kinds of videos. You can also hit that subscription button. It would mean a lot to me. Also, hit that like button while you're down there. Have a wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember,